Hey people, well, this is it. It's now 4 a.m. in the morning UK time, and right now the Superfight is underway. If you're watching pay-per-view, you obviously won't be watching my video, but if you are watching it and if you are interested in this fight, then I'd just like to share a few of my thoughts on the significance of this. I've already made a video on the fight, so I'm not going to go through all the ins and outs of details. Just want to give a few of my raw thoughts. Firstly, show you something. Um, well, I'm watching this right now. That shows you where my allegiances lie. So it's off the top of the mark. But okay, not often I do that, but I wanted to show you um, all the magazines I've got over the years on Floyd and Manny. They're general boxing magazines, and of course I've got lots of others, but those ones alone feature these guys on the front covers in one way or another. There's a lot of other fights there, Canelo Alvarez, Timothy Bradley, Juan Mel Marquez, and so on. If I didn't mention it in the previous video, there are five men who can relate to this. It's Oscar de la Hoya. I watched both those fights yesterday. I wanted to watch all the tandem fights, but didn't have a chance. Ricky Hatton, Miguel Cotto, Shane Mosley, and Juan Manuel Marquez. They're the only five men in the world that can know for sure what it is like to face these guys. Um, it is very frustrating that I can't see it pay-per-view because I'm a big boxing fan. And, there will probably never be a fight like this in my lifetime again, or at least not for a very long time. I reckon the next time there will be a fight on this scale, and 29 now will be when I'm middle-aged guy. Yeah, that's a while. But the point is, it's historic, and without wanting to bore you too much, for a boxing fan, there's something very, very special about this, about the significance of a fight like this. I mean, when you think that the guys that are pairing off, someone said, fighter actually, I forget who it was, but someone said that when you have two different styles, that's when you get a great fight. So there isn't actually, in his view, this is not going to be overhyped because two great styles. I think it was Roy Jones Jr. actually. I can't remember the fight that said this, but when you have two great styles clashing, you get a great fight. There's been opinions from anyone and everyone on this, and it's fairly evenly divided. Manny is the underdog, I think that's fair to say, and even as a Pac-Man fan, I acknowledge that that makes sense. He's lost fights, Mayweather hasn't, but the interesting thing is both guys have a lot on their plate. I mean, for Floyd, it's keeping that O, so there's going to be enormous pressure to keep that O. And for Manny, he's tasted defeat, but he knows that he is a role model and an inspiration to hundreds of millions of people. I believe no other fighter has transcended the sport since Muhammad Ali in this sort of way. And I believe, this will be a controversial statement, but I believe that Manny may, if he wins this, he may have an even bigger cultural significance. But it remains to be seen what will happen. Um, it's it's just an incredible thing. I mean, if we look at how modern boxing has evolved, roughly it began in England in 1684 when two guys met in a field, and from that, over 300 years on, we are now seeing a super fight that is being watched by millions. Um, I know in the Philippines there's power companies that are being told to that are advising people to turn off their fridges to save energy because so many Filipinos are going to tune into this. What I find, the thing about this fight is it does transcend boxing because I have had the most unlikely people who I would never have put down as boxing fans in any way asking me about this. Today I had middle-aged lady come up to me in a coffee shop, middle-aged Indian lady, and I just, she just did not look like a typical boxing fan. Although it's perhaps wrong to say that there is a typical boxing fan, but to me that showed. She saw that I was reading the magazines and she just asked about it, and we chatted a little bit. And to me that really demonstrated just how big a thing this is. Um, Very frustrating. I can't watch it live. I'm grateful to my brother for keeping me up, but this up to date. But this is the next best thing. I hope beyond hope beyond hope that Manny pulls this off. Um, it's going to be very difficult to know what will happen. I believe it will be close. I really do. Mayweather Senior has said that his son's going to absolutely dominate Pacquiao. I think that's dangerous talk. I think no one knows. I think everyone knows that is not going to be the case. Obviously, I'm a Pac-Man fan, and I'm confident he can do it. Confident, but it's not going to be. Um, this is going to be an incredibly close fight. In terms of a rematch clause, let's see what happens. I'll make another video about it after this, based on the outcome. Um, what you have here is two exceptional fighters. You have one guy who's never been defeated, who's arguably the greatest defensive pugilist in history, massively confident. You have another guy who has tasted defeat, but whose relentless style, whose legacy-breaking record of 8 title defenses in different divisions, it's staggering. Not to mention his cultural impact. So this is really built to be a mega, mega, mega fight. Um, anyway, I'm not going to say very much more because I'm not really sure what I can add to this. I did want to make a video and I wanted to. I'll probably remember things I want to say afterwards because there's so much involved in this. Well, my brother's messaging me right now. In fact, I'll see what he's saying. I'll add it to the video. Oh, they're about to walk in. Okay. It's so frustrating I don't have this, but I guess it's like in the 30s when guys would listen to big fights on the radio. That's what I feel like right now. But um, my final thoughts are this: I'm a massive Pacquiao fan. I don't particularly like Mayweather's personality, although the whole good versus evil thing is a little bit exaggerated. I mean, Manny Pacquiao is not perfect, and Floyd Mayweather is not the devil. But there is definitely a personality contrast between these guys, and that definitely plays into hyping up this fight, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Will it be bigger than this? You see the poster behind me for the Manila? Not sure about that. Will it be bigger than the 1938 clash between Max Schmeling, Joe Louis? Will it be bigger than Hagler Hearns? Will it be bigger than Leonard Hagler? I I do believe this is bigger than those 80s mega fights on the grounds that okay, I'm a bit young to remember those directly, but I don't know if, for one thing, this is more international because it's not two American fighters, it's two corners of the world. Although it hasn't been portrayed as East versus West, which I'm pleased to see because the fans are very mixed. Um, that's it. That is it. God, I wish I was watching this live. Very frustrating, but it's nothing I can do about it. The whole thing about pay-per-view, it's not an extortionate amount. It's 1995 in the UK, but I don't pay the bills in the house, and yeah, it's just the way it is. The thing about this is, it's going to be difficult to see a fit on the scale for a very long time. So, um, even if I get pay-per-view, I'll definitely tune into big fights. So the next big one will be Cocho Alvarez, but we'll really see what will happen here. Anyway, I'm going to make the next video based on the outcome of this one because everything depends on what the outcome is. I hope both men stay safe. Right now, I can't imagine the mindset both guys are under, but then again, they're both incredibly experienced athletes, so this is not exactly out of the comfort zone. Although they will both be aware of the weight of history on their shoulders with this one. I hope they stay safe. I hope Pac-Man pulls through. Let me know your thoughts.